Praised be Jesus and Mary. Saint Rita, whom we celebrate today, was the answer to the pious prayers of aging parents who had no children. And at the age of 12, she desired to become a nun and to consecrate herself to God by a vow of chastity, but her elderly parents insisted that she be married. And at the age of 12, she married a man described in accounts of her life as cruel and harsh. But nevertheless, through her obedience to her parents, who knows, perhaps God wished her to serve as an example to those who have to bear with harsh spouses. And during 18 difficult years, she succeeded so well in pacifying her husband that he eventually mellowed and even became submissive to the laws of God. Unfortunately, his past deeds had done their damage, and his enemies succeeded. They killed him anyway. So now St. Rita had to deal with the overcoming the vengeance of her twin sons. And again, she succeeded. And when her two sons died shortly thereafter, she was there weren't any further obstacles to keep her in the world. So she made her application to the convent of Augustinian nuns at Cascia. And a widow had never been admitted there because there was a requirement that all the sisters should be virgins. But St. John the Baptist, along with St. Augustine and St. Nicholas, appeared to her in answer to her fervent prayers, and they transported her miraculously into the convent at night, despite all the doors being locked. And the sisters, finding her there in the morning, they couldn't refuse her request any longer. And St. Rita practiced severe mortifications, eating only once a day and taking just bread and water for food. And she was a model of perfect obedience. She meditated every night from midnight to dawn on the passion of our Lord. She begged to share his sufferings. And on one of these nights, she felt in her forehead a pain of sharp thorns, which made there an incurable wound. And this festering wound isolated her from the other sisters, and she lived almost as a hermit from that time on in the convent. And the wound was cured once for a short time when the entire group of sisters were to go to Rome on the occasion of a universal jubilee. But on her return to the convent, the womb opened once again. And it was discovered that St. Rita had the gift of miracles when a young girl was cured during her mother's visit to the convent to beg the saints' prayers. And soon there were many visitors coming even from distant regions to ask her charity. And she died peacefully on May 22nd, 1456. And the wound in her forehead, until then was very ugly, became brilliant at the moment of her death, with many miracles being reported. And she was canonized in 1900, and she's honored in Spain and elsewhere as a patron saint of hopeless causes. And the shrine of St. Rita is still a favorite pilgrimage site in Italy. But we don't have to go to Italy. We can pray to her right here, and especially all those who find themselves in a difficult marriage with difficult spouses, that to trust as St. Rita did, and to practice that patience, that gift of long suffering. That can obtain the graces needed for the conversion of others.